Hinchcliffe, you ready? Sure.
Omar, fuck you. Yeah.
Hey, this is Red Band coming to you live from the Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony. Let's give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe.
Fuck yeah, everybody. Dreams are coming true. Welcome, everyone. How are you guys?
Yeah!
It's all happening.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, just sit over. Wait. I guess you could just. Alright. Just.
Calm down. That's an eager Taylor.
Yeah, that's very eager. I'm excited. David Taylor's so excited. I've never been more excited than when you see an excited David Taylor. We just got back from Toronto. If you're wondering why we're wearing baseball jerseys,
You know what? I must have been too stoned to realize what you were talking about because I just figured out I'm not wearing a Blue Jacket jersey. I thought I was wearing a Blue Jacket jersey.
that's why you said hockey.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
I just realized it because
I
somebody
thought-
asked if I lived in Canada. I'm like, no, why would you ask that? I'm wearing a Blue Jacket, and I looked at your back and it had a baseball logo. I'm like, oh, wait a second, what am I wearing?
Wow.
This is baseball. This is like their professional baseball team?
Yeah, the Toronto Blue Jays is a very, very famous baseball organization.
Does the United States play versus Canada?
Yes, they're one of the only Canadian Major League Baseball teams.
Wow, I didn't know. I thought it was like USA only for baseball.
No, it seems like it would be.
Right.
But it's actually one of those sports that they just barely cross over. It's all Americans that are playing over there. Like, I don't think there's too many great Canadian-born baseball players. The closer you get to the equator, the better your baseball player is. It doesn't go up.
Right. Is there football that does that, or is it just baseball that does it?
Football.
It has to be hockey, I guess.
Oh, wait. Yeah, there isn't an NFL team up there.
Or
is there?
basketball?
Basketball, yes, but they're always horrendously bad.
Alright.
There's the Toronto Raptors.
Why are we talking about sports?
I don't know. It's interesting.
But we
right?
had fun, man. Toronto was like it seemed like it was like the richest city I've ever been in my life. Like out here, it looks like there's evidence everywhere. It looks like LA is just bankrupt.
It's definitely Canada's Tokyo.
Yeah.
Like, it is bumping.
There was so many skyscrapers. This guy told us that it was like 70% of all of the cranes that are used to make skyscrapers are in Toronto.
Yeah.
And these things can't move easily. It takes them years just to move a crane, I guess, to another country. I guess, or you can't do it. I don't know. But
It's all bumping, and the energy there is crazy. And I asked somebody, I go, is this all possible? Like, why are the doors open, and everybody's having fun, and people are drinking, and why is it always like this? And he goes, because they have no guns there. People just don't carry guns anywhere, or have them at home. And he explained to me how that makes it so that you can have fun all the time. And it made sense, by the way, when he was done. After he explained it, I'm like, oh my god. So it's sort of a crazy thing that I learned when I was there, too, in that...
Or that dude was really stoned and we were playing a pot cafe that was filled with 100 people smoking weed and blowing it in our face when we were on stage. And you had what is called, and very popular in Canada, called a green out.
Yeah.
That everybody uses this word. Never heard it before. Have you ever?
Me neither. I never heard it, but it's used, and we saw a few cases of green out.
Yeah.
See, what they do in Canada is, because they don't have the mountains and beaches that Southern California has. Josh, you have to be the guy that patrols that row. That's your...
The Iron Patriots here, by the way. He's
Iron
normally our
Patriots
security
here.
guard, but we know he can't go backwards. So you have to make all your he can only protect us from what's in front of him.
And another great thing about about Toronto is that a lot of people came up to me just going like, what's that catchphrase you say?
For every life you save, there's a million new ways to die.
Yeah, people were just doing that in Toronto.
Right.
I have to ask you something, Tony.
Yeah, sure.
I noticed on Twitter that you referenced Jimi Hendrix and said that you touch the sky. I was wondering if you brought me any weed from Canada so I can touch the sky.
No, I didn't bring you any weed from Canada. Luckily, I have California pot, though.
That's cool.
And let's be honest, everyone in Canada that had the California weed, that was the best weed.
And totally, and they do, and they're like, man, this is sweet. This is some fucking Cali grown. And I'm like, that's what I've been smoking for the last 7 years. But the green out, what's crazy about the green out, before we get back to the Patriot, because I have a question for him. So since they don't have mountains and beaches, my theory is that they just fucking smoke until they pass out. That's their limit. Their limit when they're like, oh, I got high last night. When they say high, that means they passed out.
And they all call it the green out. Like, I heard it from
Yeah.
multiple people the whole weekend.
Which, it's just an adorable way to say passed out.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it seem like it's not unhealthy if it's a green out.
When it was either you on stage or our opener, there was a huge crash, which sounded like a plate drop, and that was a person trying to stand up and falling over and passing out from too much weed.
And there was one point in which I, myself, thank you, I did Canada all the way, because there I was in the bathroom at one point.
When you're a professional, you smoke weed every day,
Right.
like a lot.
Yeah.
Probably more than me.
Well, I don't smoke weed all day. I wait a little bit. I wait a little bit in the afternoon.
Well, I mean, Comedian's Day starts from like 8 p.m. to like 4.
Right. Well, yeah. I like waiting. I notice that I get higher if I wait like till like 4 or 5 or
Right.
6.
So you're in the bathroom.
I'm in the bathroom in Toronto.
Were you freaking out in the
I
bathroom?
had brought you on stage. You're about 20 minutes into your set. By the way, give it up for he killed every show. Brian Redband, crushing.
Longest set ever I've done.
Unbelievable. I mean,
Nice.
it's always fun to watch a friend get to do a long set for the first time. Like we're always doing, 8, 15, 12, maybe 20 on a fun night, but to be able to do 45 and just
Stretch
fucking
out.
rock it. Yeah, totally. And anyway, I'm in the bathroom. There's a little door lock thing that's just one of those loops that you put in the tiny circle. It's not like a twist thing. It's one of those because Canada's safe and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's gonna bother you. Like nobody even knocks on the doors there. They just wait for 5 minutes to make sure nobody's anyway. So I'm there. I am going to the bathroom, and all of a sudden the thought of a heart attack hits me, which is crazy because I was doing a bit about every time I think I'm having a heart attack, I'm just too high. That's when I know I'm high enough. Anyway, but the last thing, like to fulfill the prophecy of my own bit, I'm like, oh my god, heart attack, and then I'm like, wait a second, and I just start sweating. Boom. I'm like, oh god, this is all happening. I know what it's like right before you pass out, and what you learn from passing out before is, a good part about passing out before, a positive, is that you learn how to pass out better. You really do. So when that happened to me, and I'm like, boom, whoa, 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 I'm like, okay, here we go. So I'm like on a mission. I pop the lock. I open the door. I know that I have this 4 or 5 second window. And the staff is right there. These cool bartenders and everybody, by the way. Puff Mama, Joe Tuccido, at Hazardous on Twitter, and
Guys that made us these
No
awesome jerseys.
Susquehanna, Jason, the guys that made the jerseys, the hospitality there was incredible. I bust out the door and I go, I'm about to pass out. And I'm going like this. Like I open the door, I take one step out, and I'm like, I'm about to pass out.
Crawling and bent over.
And they all look at me like, I'd just been on stage twice for 45 minutes. We'd all been having a fun week, and they're all just like, ah! And I'm like, no jokey. I'm about to fucking pass out. And they just they split up in 4 different directions at the same time. One went and grabbed a Sprite. One went and grabbed a fucking wet towel. Another guided me outside.
And the little girl carried you.
It was unbelievable.
Like a baby.
There was no little baby.
Because I'm saying you're very light.
Oh yes, there was a little baby that carried me in imagination land. And fucking, I was right on that brim of passing out, and it didn't happen.
That sucks,
The
man.
nice people there. But it was a green out. I mean, I was out of it. There was a point in which I had given up. I went outside and I took my shirt off.
Yeah, which is crazy if you know Tony. Tony's not one of those guys that just takes his shirt off.
Right.
He actually wears multiple. He has like 7 shirts on right now.
Yeah, I always wear multiple layers, 2 pairs of socks at all times, usually a pair of thermals under my jeans.
Yeah.
But I took off my shirt, man, and I just started sweating profusely, but we fought through it. Something about the Sprite, the fresh air. We got through it, man, and I did not pass out in Toronto. You tried, Toronto. You tried to take down the Golden Pony. Well, guess what? This pony doesn't go down that easily.
I puked in Toronto. Tomato basil soup.
I looked at that on that hotel menu, and just like you did that same night. Was it Friday night or whatever night? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. What do we got? And I looked at that tomato soup, and I'm just like, I want it, but I just don't think it would be right.
Oh no! Like 3 hours later, I am puking tomato basil soup. Like I did one of those where you wake up and you're like, wait, something's wrong. Like the back of my throat has that little teardrop or something that's going on there. Like it's like a little itch. You're like, oh, and I stand up, filling my mouth up, holding my mouth together like a pin, like a clothespin, just so it won't go out. Get to it and just reds everywhere. It looked like I was puking blood. And when you're half asleep, you're not thinking like tomato basil soup. You think you're puking blood. And I was like, what the? It was fucked up.
I love it.
Yeah, Toronto.
I noticed on Thursday morning at the airport, you had a video of Tony saying he was irritated by your drunkenness.
Oh.
Were you drunk already early Thursday morning, or from last night before?
Yeah, we decided to stay up all night
Yeah.
and just party.
Well, you didn't even sleep.
When you take a Thursday morning 5 a.m. flight with a friend, and you live our type of lifestyles,
Yeah.
it's much easier to
Black out at LAX.
not go to sleep that night for an hour and a half. It's better to plow through and then get on the plane and crash hard, which worked perfectly. Even with the layover, which is rare, we were up, moved, passed out again, out. Those are the best. Nothing better than sleeping on a plane to me.
I don't know much.
That's what he kept doing. See that? See what happens when he says that? That kind of energy. That's the whole thing. So he kept saying that over and over again with people in line in front of us, behind us. Say the whole thing?
It's just electricity and wires.
Josh Martin is like the worst assistant producer of this show. I mean, I could
It's fine,
ever
Josh.
expect their texting.
It's fine.
You just grab a couple towels, man.
No, I got rubber in the bottom of my shoes. That's supposed to help,
But it's
right?
on the table.
Oh yeah. I guess that's not good.
It's just, I love how he's back there. Not only was he watching, not doing anything, he was also texting.
Oh wait, I got some.
I love that he's part of the fun set, though. Like, we really have the worst assistant producer guy helping us that you could ever imagine.
I'm glad this carpet's stained red with the tears of a million dead comics.
So true. It is very precise strategic coloring that they use on these carpets. A combination of dark red and black at the Comedy Store. It's just a mix. So you can't tell what's a stain and what's fucking blood from a corpse. Anyway. I'm very excited. Oh yeah, Patriot. One more question. That joint that I gave you last week after the show for your participation of it. How did that work? How did that work out for you?
I'm having very mystical feelings when I smoke that weed. I start pondering the mysteries of the universe. I realize that we're all at the center of our own universe, and it's all an illusion. Like that Corey guy of Glee, he just died in your imagination. In another universe, he's going on and having a nice life with Lea Michele.
Absolutely.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I believe that I die almost once a week, and I think that every time that I feel like, what? How the fuck did I make it home or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, I think I died, and then somebody was up Tony crying with his shirt off outside my funeral,
Yeah.
having a brownout, which is where he's just
Nothing is
shitting
outside
himself.
you. Yeah.
So, Patriot, what kind? Just one more question. Like, when you say pondering the mysteries of the universe, like, what's another one?
What's another mystery?
Thing you were thinking of? I don't know.
Well, the thing that trips me out is we'll never know where we came from in the beginning, how we came from nothing to be something, because we'll be like a cat chasing its own tail. We'll never know where we came in the beginning, but why can't we be God? We're God. There is no God. We're not creatures. We're the creator. We are God. Each one of us are imagining this.
I love the Iron Patriot,
Yeah.
everybody.
That's
Passionate. He's in the game tonight, man. He's dialed in. I love it.
Well, it's true though. What he's saying, we're our own God, because your
It's a
universe
mystery
is
we'll
not
never
my universe.
understand.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it's not true. It's coming from our imagination. You know, the sun is 1,000,000 times bigger than the earth. And then they found stars that are 1,000,000 times bigger than the sun. And so on and so on. But then you start to feel insignificant if you look at it that way. But when you realize it's our imagination, you realize it's us. You know, you don't start thinking in that insignificant way, like, oh, it's so big, I'm just this little, you know.
Why do I get the feeling that joint I gave you, that joint I gave you last Monday, why do I get the feeling that you waited 7 days to smoke it right before the show?
No, I want more. I like when you bring in weed.
Just give him a taste,
I
Tony.
want more.
Just
I
give him
want
a
more.
taste.
He sounds. It's a moment where he sounds so human when he's asking for pot. Like, oh no, I want more, please. No mystery about that.
It's nice to escape the sober thoughts of the day.
The silver thoughts.
The sober, the worrisome thoughts.
So
The thoughts
true.
thinking about reality of your bills and all that shit.
So true.
I agree.
Fuck yeah, man. One more time for the Patriot as we are about to bring up tonight's guest. Very excited to have him. Ever since I started here, he's been one of the guys that I've always looked up to. He's a hilarious comedian, specializes in late night here at the Comedy Store, which is one of the hardest positions to be in. He carries it. He's dark, he's different, he's original, he's fascinating. He's definitely one of the smartest friends that I have. He's a writer. He's a writer for TV, the Jeselnik Offensive, the Comedy Central Roast. But more than that, a fantastic comedian, one of my great friends. Put your hands together for the one and only David Taylor, everybody. Here he is, live and in the flesh.
That was a
Yeah.
tremendous opening.
Very excited to have David on.
Very excited to be here tonight. Very
Um,
excited.
He keeps it so real. He's funny as fuck. What have you been up to lately, Dave? What's happening?
This
I love it.
is pretty much my only credit going for the last 6 months. So
Now you're the guy that also in the LA comedy circuit, you are notorious for your for these awesome parties that you have, the barbecues.
those are over. There will be no more.
Why?
Because Boone still books for my last one, so I'm not doing anymore.
He stole books.
No, he stole art books from me. So I told him, Boone, if I don't get those books back, there will be no more barbecues. And he did not return them, so there will be no more barbecues.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That is not fair for guys like me who have been telling you for years to not fucking back Boone Shakalaka that he steals from you. And that's not even the first occurrence with you. One time,
I know he stole my iPad or iPod.
yeah, he's such a moron. This Boone Shakalaka. I know he's adorable to all you people newer in comedy, but give it a few years of that bullshit every fucking night. Let me promise you, he's a fucking crazy maniac. Anyway.
There will be no more.
But this is Boone for you. David's parked in this lot. You work years to become a paid regular here at the Comedy Store. One of the only fucking perks
Really
is that you get to
disheartening
park
to
in the lot here. And Boone went into David's car, got his iPod. This is the best part, though. He tried to sell it to Alex Moore, Comedy Store employee at the time. Alex
the
tries
odd
to
thing
open it up.
is that Alex called me and goes, "I think I have your iPod," and I was like, "I thought it was in my kitchen. I was looking for it, but I'm lazy about cleaning." So he calls. He says, "I think I have your iPod. Your name's in it." And I said, "Okay." And I said, "Is it full of embarrassing music?" And he said, "Yes." So I'm like, "That's my iPod." And then he gave it to me, and then I went to Boone, and I'm like, "Boone, I don't want you to get banned. Try not to steal shit out of people's cars and then resell it here." And honestly, the rare thing was that Alex told me about it, because a lot of people would have just said, "Oh, I got David Taylor's iPod," and then
Right.
just used it.
Right.
But then Boone said, "Can I have $5?" I said, "Why would I give you money for the iPod?" And
Right.
he said, "Finder's fee."
Oh my god. Oh, what about the stealer's fee?
Yeah,
That breaks
so-
even. That's $5 if you steal something.
Well, anyway, the point is this, is that he took like 7 nice art books from my shelf, and I called and I said, "Hey, tell Boone, if he doesn't return the books, if he returns them, I won't have a problem with him. If he doesn't return them, there will be no more barbecues." And he told people I didn't take them.
Doofball. That guy's such an idiot. I can't believe you give them a shot after stealing your iPod and start inviting them to your barbecues. So
You
that's
know,
what I always had a problem
Honestly,
with.
he gave me a benefit. The benefit was he really lessened the amount of cans I had to clean because it took them. Honestly,
See,
it cut. I mean, my cleaning time was cut in 1/3 because he would take cans.
Bottles.
He wouldn't take it would take bottles. They're too heavy.
Oh, really?
But that's because he didn't bring a shopping cart, which I wish that I provided. But cans and the little plastic. Oh man, it really made life easy. So yeah, I mean, wouldn't you invite a robot that cleaned?
But see, the thing with
It's like Rosie from the Jetsons.
good-looking comedians like myself, when we're at your barbecues, we can't eat a hot dog there because Boone's staring at us from across the grill like an animal.
That's the nice thing. I always got along with Boone because I'm ugly. So he never want to fuck me, we're good. He never asked me to shower at my place. He never was a problem. So, and honestly, with the Boone that doesn't ask you to shower at your place, it's okay. He's not a bad guy. But then when he steals your art books, that's the end of the barbecue. So
Right.
that's just the deal.
Of course.
So
There you
I-
go. Your very own Boone
Guys, here's
Shakalaka,
the-
one of my mortal enemies.
Here's the nice thing. When I was starting to do comedy many years ago, Stephanie Escajeda threw the best parties. Kevin, you remember those? You ever go to those?
Kevin Christie is in the house in the back of the room, everybody.
She threw the fucking best. The only one I missed, they were like, I'm like, I didn't miss anything. They're like, you missed the kissing booth, David. I'm like, what? I did. Gee whiz. Because Stephanie was, attractive and I believe bisexual, so that really brought the girls in. Whereas mine is very dude heavy, so it's its own particular thing. Anyway, the point is Stephanie threw hers in Koreatown, and they went on for a while, and then they ended. And somebody else threw parties. Nick Swartzen threw great parties at the roller skating rink where the Crips was founded. That place went out of business. Well, like the roller skating, the World on Wheels. That ended when he was held up at gunpoint in the parking lot by somebody who thought that comedians paid a lot more than they did. The point is this. These things run their course. There's a life cycle for all things with parties. So I'm sure that one of you guys will be the next to create the popular
There you go.
party.
He's handing over the reins
I have a question.
to a bunch of people that probably live in their cars.
Ask away. Ask away.
What's it gonna take to get Boone banned?
Boone, honest to God, fits in here as much as we all do. He does.
Never since Neil Armstrong have they put a ban on the Boone. Something like that, I believe.
Very nice.
Anyway,
That kind of freaks
when
me
in
out
Rome.
about the car shit though. Like going in your car, I didn't even think about that. You
What
just
the fuck is he going to take from you?
fuck. I don't know. Dick pills.
Stole your art books.
You'll know you got problems if he walks away with an Asian girl under his arm.
I can't believe Boone stole your art books, man. We really got to see the dark side of the Boone.
You're really going with that. Right now, I can see you thinking like, "What's the
Well,
next
that's
fucking?"
what I love. That's what I'm into, that goofy
Speaking
shit.
of the devil.
Yeah.
The devil himself. All right. Hey, you guys know what we do here. I'm lucky enough to be here at the Comedy Store, be able to do a live podcast, in which a bunch of comedians, some of the funniest and coolest and whatever ballsiest young stand-up talents get a chance to come up and do a minute and then be on a podcast and talk with me and a guest. And it used to be a segment called Tag It or Bag It, but now it's just sort of just roll into it.
Yeah.
So with no further ado,
And what did you say though? If you go over 1 minute, you get
oh
the
yeah,
pass.
yeah. But everybody gets 1 minute. If you try to go over a minute, you're going to hear a cat sound.
Something like that.
Something.
Let me tell you what I've always wanted for the comedy. So when I was working the booth at the open mic downstairs, I thought that what they should rig the microphones with is a
Cut off?
significant electric jolt that you could hit the switch in the booth and it would like shock people.
That's
and then they drop
hilarious.
the mic, just a quick and they never did it maybe because they barely had the microphones working to provide sound.
I have a dog collar that we could like have
If
on
you
there
could
with a
do
button.
that, honestly, that would probably be
Whoa!
pretty
If we got an
entertaining. Yeah.
electric dog collar for this show,
Yeah.
and everybody had to wear the collar for a minute.
Yeah, and that teaches you to know what a 1 minute.
Also, you know what it does? It also makes comedy even more humiliating, which is the one thing I didn't think was possible. But yeah, it's perfect. I think it's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
So we have a bucket full of comedians. We pull them out of a hat, and let's have some fun, shall we?
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. Is that exciting? Iron Patriot, are you excited?
I'm ready.
Awesome.
Justice will triumph over evil.
I love it. I actually know this guy. I'm very excited about this. Put your hands together for the one and only Russ Gooten. Russ. Good. Russ? Russ good. There he is. He's in the flesh. He's back from New York.
Oh, I love that fucking music. Thank you. Good evening.
Welcome.
Welcome. Good evening. I'm Russ Cooten, a Jew. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you for everything you've done for the country. I appreciate it. So we do the bit, right? We do the bit and then we bag it or tag it. Is that it?
Just do the bit, bro.
All right. Don't
There's no
fucking
talking to
don't
us.
pressure me.
Do the bit. Do the
Oh,
bit.
okay. So my wife and I, my Italian wife and I, we have a little pizza bagel son, and the only other way to make money for him, besides being a comic, is being an actor. I have to audition for a lot of shit, comedies and dramas. But I'm getting a little bit slightly racist, though, towards sexy Australian actors doing a sexy American accent, okay? Because they're taking all the good jobs. People think it's the Chinese and the Indians and the Mexicans. It's not. It's the sexy Australians, okay? And whenever you see a sexy doctor, lawyer, or cop on television, it's usually played by a sexy Australian doing a sexy American accent, okay? So I gotta get this work. I gotta buy this kid shoes. So this is what I've been doing. It's a little tip for any of the other actors who might be out there. I actually just start all of my auditions at the time limit.
Is that the minute?
Oh man,
There you go.
wow. I tried to get there.
He initiated hard, tried to do a little crowd work with me at the beginning.
Yes. I didn't know that was counting against my time. Is that, yes.
Fuck yeah. Russ Gooten.
Who cares? Thanks for having me. Good to be back here.
I love it.
See the shot collar, perfect idea.
Thank you.
Russ, how long? I remember Russ is a pal that went to New York and now he's back. How's everything going so far?
Oh, it's
Do you
great.
know David Taylor? David,
Oh
what do you,
yeah, no, Dave, he's a legend.
Dave, what do you think of what Russ talked about?
He reminds me of a young Moshe Kasher. But other than that, I actually liked it.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. That's
Well done. Although, let me tell you something. There are few things in life more depressing than the thought or the image of parents bringing their baby to auditions.
Yes,
That
I've
is-
never done that, thank God. But
That's
I
the
hate
worst
that.
form of child abuse there is.
Yes, and also I've had to run children's auditions where the parents are coaching the child from behind where you're
Oh, yeah,
auditioning
no,
through
it's-
the window, like.
I've had auditions where it's me and an actor, and then they brought the child in to show this is where mommy went wrong.
No. I went one time. A kid gave me a note during an audition.
What was it? I'm not his child.
No, it was obviously it was slow down. You're talking too fast.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Wow. Patriot, what'd you think of what Russ said?
If you turn out to be Macaulay Culkin, that could be okay if you're a mother.
Yeah, it worked out great for Macaulay. A history of sexual abuse and heroin addiction.
Yeah.
Man, sounds perfect.
Yes.
Sign me up.
And also Michael Jackson twiddled his balls too.
Yeah, but I don't know. He got some money. His younger brother's doing pretty good. I just saw him in a movie called 12 today.
Is Macaulay Culkin Australian? Did I miss that?
Wait, Patriot, what movie did you said you saw a movie today?
Just the younger brother of Macaulay Culkin. We shouldn't be talking about that yet.
No, Kieran
Joe.
Culkin, right? He was in Igby Goes Down.
Kieran,
Yeah.
Patriot.
There are multiple younger Culkin brothers.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
many Culkins.
One of them bangs Scarlett Johansson.
Patriot, did you see the movie today, you said?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Oh, on Netflix.
Yeah, I also saw a nice documentary on Carol Channing.
Oh,
She's 92 now.
Look at you, just living the
that's
life.
good to know. Oh my God.
If you're wondering what the Patriot does in the afternoon,
Is there nothing the Iron Patriot can't do?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you, she's definitely making it into my possible Deadpool list for next year. I didn't realize she was still alive.
Who?
Carol Channing.
Yeah. She sang Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend before Marilyn Monroe
Oh my
in
God.
1949.
Whoa, suck on that,
Diamonds are
Marilyn.
a girl's best friend.
This is like the.
Wait a second.
Wait.
Carol Channing.
Everyone calm down.
Everybody just relax. Patriot, can you hit that note for us one more time?
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Yes! That was great. I didn't know Don Cheadle could sing. That's amazing. He can do everything.
I'm Norm Osborn. I'm the comic book Iron Patriot.
Oh, all right. Let's not get crazy.
Take it easy on him, Russ.
No, I know. I
He's my
meant
head of
no.
security.
He's right. I'm saying he's right. No, whoa. I didn't want to.
He's doing impressions through a phone.
No, he's doing Iron Patriot as
Unbelievable,
Carol
I know.
Channing. I
Come on,
take my
man.
hat off to
Can
him.
you do it just one more time for me, Patriot?
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
That's really, really wasted on heterosexuals.
Oh my god. Alright, let's keep it moving. That's Russ Gooden, everybody. What are you on Twitter? He's that Russ Gooden on Twitter, everyone.
Hey, man.
Oh, this is very exciting. One of my favorite new friends that I've made in the past couple years, and he's also autistic as fuck, everybody.
Who could it be?
Put your hands together for Joshua Meyerowitz at Autistic Thunder.
How's it going, guys? My name is Joshua Meyerowitz. I have Asperger's, which is a form of autism, so I cannot relate to shit. One of the main facets of Asperger's is anxiety. I get some horrible anxiety attacks. I got one recently. It sucked shit. You see, some schmuck decided to come up to me and he decided, hey, to tell me that the movie Demolition Man sucks, and my brain just fucking broke. And I went into the mental fetal position for like 2 weeks. It was not fun. That's why I started a new joke. I'm not happy about my torso. It looks horrible. If you're gonna tell by the area between my junk and my man boobs, I likes to eat. Look at this shit. It looks like a sad ghost. It looks like, by the way, it looks like a grumpy ghost. I can't have nice things. And also, it looks like the Elephant Man trying to phrase the question, who? Alright, I'm Joshua Mars. Thank you.
Okay.
Good job.
I love it. Of course,
I
as
can do that
always.
first show.
You're one of my favorite rising stand-up
Thanks, man.
comedians.
I
first
love.
of all.
I'd say right now, I'm on board. I love Josh Barrow.
Yeah.
Thank you
Me
guys,
too.
I appreciate
I
it.
agree.
Tell you what,
And by the way, to have for the three of us to know you and like you, first of all, that's like a one of those eclipses
I love you
that
guys,
happens
too.
once every few years.
Yeah, Esther didn't make it.
Oh, definitely
don't
not.
relate me to her.
What?
This is why I
Right.
love
The only time I'd relate you to her is when I'm talking about your bodies.
That's true. Hairy and gross, yes.
Anyway.
Tighten this up your asshole.
You know, I'm just anti-lifting up that shirt. I think
Should I
you
just
can
leave
paint
it
the
though?
picture without having to have your shirt
Can I
up.
make a side note?
I think
That's
it'll- yeah.
not really. My favorite Josh Meyerowitz moment was we used to do a show up here, and somehow Josh got his hands on a fake
Was it-
pussy.
Yeah.
And by somehow I mean he let a woman
Fleshlight.
slap him in the face on stage.
It was fun.
And okay, this is what took Josh from like here to here. He fucked it in the bathroom.
Or at least I tried.
Wait, what did he fuck? The
He fucked the
fleshlight?
Yeah.
fleshlight in the
Like
bathroom.
he couldn't wait? Like it's...
No.
We asked him to do it,
Yeah.
and he actually went in and did it, and then reported and admitted that he couldn't get hard for it. It was a sort of honesty that I appreciate. So while I'll agree, showing your shirt might not be the best move. I'll
You
say
think
this.
he was being honest? He couldn't get hard for it? Look at this
Josh
guy.
Meyerowitz. I'll tell you, Josh has a gift. He has a skill that comics have. I don't know if it's part of the Asperger's. He's really honest. That's going to serve you
Yeah.
in good stead, man. So
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Take up the shirt. Do what you want to do there. But my point is that the willingness to do that, the willingness to show your junk on stage, that you've also done. And
Yes, that is
I
true.
wish I could unring that bell.
Can I tell you the description? My dick and balls looks like an acorn resting on a frog's throat.
And he's a poet.
Anyway, in other news,
Sounds like a child describing their own molestation, but he is a poet.
Daddy, no.
I tell you, I say great job.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have
yeah.
any? Well, nothing but positives for Josh Barrow.
I have nothing but positives, except I would not. It's a thing in comedy that the guys that lift up their shirt and actually show their belly. You really, it's known amongst comedians as like an act of desperation. The
As a hacky
ultimate prop.
Well, let me present a counterexample.
Sure.
Bobby Lee.
How is that a counterexample?
Because-
A mentally handicapped
Yes,
comedian?
absolutely.
No,
Bobby
okay.
is
I love
all
Bobby.
desperation, but he's a brilliant clown. The point is that, you know what, that might not be your thing, but I wouldn't say stop yourself from doing it just because.
Only if it feels natural, yeah.
Exactly.
Does it feel natural when you show a bunch of strangers your stuff?
I like it when you do it. Yeah, it's the second time I've seen you do that, and I like it.
Can I add something? I think a good show for him would be the Ding Dong Show.
No! No!
Listen,
Can I say something? Can I say something? I'm nobody's retard, motherfucker.
Josh, relax.
Listen to me for just 1
You
second.
relax. See, just relax.
Last week, I watched the Ding Dong Show last week, and there was an older Armenian gentleman that they had let him take his shirt off, and he had liver spots and man boobs.
Patriot, check it out, dude. I need you more on the security end of things and less on the producer idea, like creating
It
empires.
just got me thinking because of the shirt off.
Yeah.
Well, you're rushing to judgment on
By the
that.
way, Nobody's Retard would be a great name for your
I'm
comedy.
nobody's fucking retard.
But with that said, neither are the members of the Ding Dong Show. It's not an insult to be, part of that. It's a very fun show. I watch it all the time. It's so much fun.
It kind of gives me douche.
However,
jokes.
it's not right for you because you want to be a stand-up comedian.
Thank.
So don't let people freak you out when
I know. When they first came here, people were
and I
like,
wouldn't call them retards. That's not cool.
No, I'm saying to when it applies.
Just call them trannies.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh. You don't let anybody stop you for calling people retards. You're a comedian. That is your God-given gift. You go around calling people retards. It's cool with everybody.
I'm nobody's retard, motherfucker.
There we go.
There you go. He's back to that catchphrase. I love it. I'm learning something here tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, and your new bit, you're doing good. Like, you should really go into why you like Demolition Man so much and really like break that down. That's hilarious. That
I
you love
tried
that
it, but
movie.
it didn't work out.
You might need to go deeper into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
That's Joshua Meyerowitz, everybody. That's I had Autistic Thunder on Twitter. I believe this person's blacklisted. I have to check with Josh before I call his name. I'm gonna pick another name. Oh, this guy isn't blacklisted. It's Ricky Luna at Victoria's Comedy Store employee Ricky Luna.
What does that mean, Iron Patriot?
Damn.
Banned.
Wow, that was the best one yet. First of all, that means he's blacklisted. That sounds
You're blacklisted if you miss your
if you
spot.
miss your spot. Yeah, that's why I think the last person I pulled.
It's tough but fair.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll keep it moving. Oh, this is exciting. This is a new name. Ryan Martin, everybody. Talking about who? Ryan Martin.
Iron Patriot. What does that mean? Blacklisted.
Holy shit. We are just
It's
going through them
a reign
tonight.
of terror tonight.
Isn't that
Yeah.
amazing?
Wow.
I love it. Wait, can you do that one again, though? But can you add that howl thing that you did the first time at the end?
Yeah, that's what it was missing. I knew it was missing something.
Totally. We need that Iron Wolf in the fucking mix, bro.
Hold on, a question. Lucas, how are you doing back there? Everything good? I'm good. You? I'm good.
Keep going for Lucas
Yeah,
Hurley,
definitely.
Big City Films. He's
That's right.
one of my favorite producers to work with. He helps us get some of the amazing footage that you're gonna one day watch tonight.
That's right. Probably like New Year's.
That's at Dude City
2014.
Films on Twitter and YouTube. He's amazing. He did my Man on the Street thing where I insulted people at Hollywood Highland. Your next comedian is Keith Soul. Oh, you got it.
Oh, Iron Patriot. What does that mean?
That is the turkey, I believe.
Wow, and there was no howl, Paige. I need the fucking howl.
Blacklisted.
There we go. So far, we have more people not doing this show. At David Biddick. That's just David Biddick. He's at Biddick.
Okay, so I want to talk about headlines, and I'm not talking Zimmerman or anything like that. I'm talking my favorite headline of all time. When I was in college, the school newspaper read, "Masturbator zips away." This guy got caught 3 times, consecutive weekends, masturbating outside of sororities. And all I can picture is this guy working a 9 to 5 and telling his wife that Thursday nights is poker night because she wants to watch like some fucking Real Housewives of Hollywood, and he just needs to get out of the house and masturbate. I just picture him standing outside the window jacking him. And when they see him and they scream, "Oh my God!" How did they not catch a man with his pants around his ankles, running back to his car? And I just picture the CSI team coming up and going, asparagus, garlic. Oh my God, it's him again. In the picture, the woman trying to describe him to the window, like, he was like 6 foot with, I don't know, he looked like everybody else. He had a big bush. His penis was circumcised. It wasn't the biggest I've seen.
Here's
Moral of the
that
story
kitty
is,
meow.
I decided to start masturbating to Facebook, and I was never caught.
Double kitties. Oh, that's a penalty right there. He got the penalty growl for trying to finish it up. Obviously, he doesn't know that if you try to go over and finish the joke, you get another sound effect. Oh, yeah. That's what that
We
means.
both learned
everybody.
something together about that. Apparently that's not good. I don't know.
Any other jokes you want to finish right before?
Only if you want to do it.
No, I don't. It's a trick. I think it's a trick.
I just wanted to hear the growl.
They're trapping you. They wanted to hear the triple kitty, which apparently is.
That's the WeHo Bear, by the way.
I got very confused during that. I could barely pay attention to it. You went from talking about headlines to masturbating zip thing, and then a bush. I mean, I got lost over and over again. Was it?
I tell you right now. No, I was following it all the way through. You might want to shorten the lead in, and use the phrase "I could picture this less," because you do that once. It's probably good throughout. I think there was a solid bit. There was the act out. That was. I can't even do an act out now. I'd say overall, how many times have you done stand up?
This is third or fourth time.
Oh, you're way ahead of the game. You're good. You're good. Talk to Amy. She'll mentor you.
Oh yeah, totally.
Careful. She's a predator.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be sleeping on her couch.
I almost
tonight.
feel like it would be at third or fourth time. At this point, it's almost ridiculous to offer feedback about the stage presence is good. Seemed comfortable. Third or fourth time, I think that was excellent for the third
or fourth time. It's unbelievable. Now it all makes sense.
I'll say the stage presence was excellent. I was impressed.
Totally, and with the type of a hip beard look that that Calvin Klein, and people are loving that. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Faces like me and David's, we only go on after 1 o'clock in the morning.
No,
you're gonna be up at 10:30 before us.
I was hoping to play like the evil wizard in something, but no, you look, you keep doing what you're doing. You're good, but yeah. I mean, honestly, guys, think about it. Third or fourth time, was that not impressive?
It's amazing, and furthermore, to have the balls to do something like this.
It was good.
This is some renegade shit.
For Tommy to treat you like somebody he disliked for like a year. So Tony was like ready to rip you like a veteran comic. So congratulations.
Yeah, just tighten it up. Just tighten the story as much as possible.
Shut the fuck up. No, I mean, seriously, shut the fuck up.
You said the exact same thing, Dave. There was a lot of, like you really had probably a lot of unnecessary.
Nobody wants to hear that shit.
I do.
Good job.
What the fuck? Biddick. At Biddick on Twitter.
Bravo.
There he goes. There he goes. Third or fourth time. That's cool. How fun. He could be a huge star one day, and this will be like a thing.
I remember when I saw young Whitney Cummings. Yeah, she was just as bad as she is now. It really was. It's kind of awful to contemplate how successful she is. Well, I hope she gets in a car wreck. Continue.
Really is interesting. She really went
She must have sucked Satan's cock. That's the only solution.
Well, I just pulled a name out. I'm going to keep that right in front of me for a second, but I want to acknowledge something that I noticed. Ricky Luna's back in the room.
Oh, everybody, this guy's the best.
One of the guys that missed his spot.
Can we unban him? Because let me tell you something. Ricky brings a high energy performance. Does he have the toy? Ricky, did you bring the toy?
It's in my ass right now.
Perfect. And do you have the musical accompaniment? Because this guy brings something I haven't seen since the days of a drag boom shakalaka.
You know what? Since my guest is so excited, we're not going to do the thing, but let's just listen to a minute of something else that he's saying. Are you talking about the deep throating?
Yes. What else am I talking about?
Yeah, Ricky does this thing. He's a door guy here at the Comedy Store. Another stand-up comedian, of course, and but he does one of his areas of expertise is deep throating a dildo. That's an actual thing. Patriot, what do you think about that?
Oh, that's hardcore.
There you go. Thank you very much. So I'm thinking, well, Ricky, you want to do it?
Yes, please.
Should we let him?
Yes.
He's back in the room. Put your hands together for at Ricky Luna lives off of his fresh band.
Hi everybody, my name is Ricky Luna, but my parents call me Pussy Bottom Faggot Jr.
Hold on. Does that mean that your father is Pussy Bottom Faggot?
Senior, yes, that is correct. That is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
I'm the second. Thanks. My parents had 4 boys, and 3 out of the 4, 75% of my parents' offsprings are homosexual, which I think that makes the straight one the faggot, doesn't it? I think I'm a gay guy. Does everybody know what that means? It means instead of kissing girls, I have HIV. Okay, thank you. That's it.
Wow.
Blow it up and walk away.
Let me make a point here. Tony, can I make a point?
Yeah.
We can all learn from Ricky Luna here. Comes in, brings the energy, boom, 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 leaves on a high note. Always a great closer. I have HIV. That's a guarantee. It's tough to follow that. I thought, awesome. Ricky, once again, we learned something from
And he
you.
did before his time, no kitty sound. Who won't even let himself get pussy in that way. That's how gay he is. He's anti-pussy.
Well done. No niceties, no coming up here chatting. Just comes up, joke.
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
It's true.
Well done. Thank you.
Good mic control. You know exactly how to.
Although technically, isn't he a rigger? He fucking works at the store.
Yeah, for a guy that deep throats a dildo, you're really good with a mic. Like it's like you don't get it confused. So at no point do you put it in your mouth, which is one of just the worst things.
I used to, and that was not a good thing.
Yeah, don't do that
Yes.
anymore.
Okay. Sorry.
Why wasn't it a good thing? Because you realized that you had something.
Because it's electric, and it just.
And it's.
I don't know. You're just
Don't
easy
do
with
it.
it.
Don't. Not on this show, buddy.
Yeah, not a good thing. Other people have to use it,
There you go.
and yeah.
But technically, you give head to married guys, so it's not like.
I mean, I don't know that they're married. They don't tell me until later, or I notice on their ring the tan mark. But
You know
yeah,
what? You were
because they
like,
take their ring off,
You're
and
a
then they
gay
have
detective.
I'm a sleuth. I'm a cock sleuth.
How many Capital One Vikings have you?
What'd you say?
How many Capital One Vikings have you?
Only one.
Great
One out of one.
Ricky Luna is also notorious
Let's not
for.
mention which one though, because we don't want to get him yanked from the campaign.
Absolutely not.
Ricky Luna is notorious for sucking off one of the Capital One Vikings one night here.
Don't use the name.
Don't use the name.
Not going to use the name, but I mean, he's a Capital One Viking, which is definitely worth noting. You know what I mean?
That's a resume thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely under special skills.
You should definitely. It should definitely be on like a business card or something. You know.
I have a
It's on
feeling
there.
there is a business card where he's
This
giving
way.
that, yeah.
You can go. What's in your wallet? And just fucking pull out your business card,
Man,
and
you
then
were
you
always-
can, and then you can deep throat it.
Tony,
And
even
then-
when it doesn't work, you're always one step
Well, I'm
ahead.
still
I
tagging
know
it until
It's
it
awesome
works.
to
But
see
thanks
it,
for
yeah.
pointing out that one didn't work.
No. You know what?
They
It
wouldn't
shows
have
you how
noticed.
great you are. That didn't work, and yet man, you just keep coming up with it. That is really
I don't
impressive.
stop. Yeah, I shut down that panic. That's what.
No.
and you
It's
know
not
what?
the bombing part. That's fine. Whatever.
Right.
I'm saying that the fact that you can come up with a Capital One tagline.
course.
That's just yeah.
I
in a way-
painted a fake picture. He said resume. I said business card.
Right
What's
there.
in your wallet? Made
Well
it
done.
happen.
Yes.
It's a shame I'm not doing this for other comedians tonight. I'm just talking, but that's so fun. So, Ricky, what else is happening in your world? I mean, it's got to be interesting.
Oh, I'm going to be in a Shakespeare play in downtown.
Wow, that's the
Are you-
gayest thing I've ever heard of you
Hold
doing.
on.
It's gayer than sucking off a Capital One bike.
Are you?
I'm
what
going to be in
character
a
is it?
Shakespeare play.
Is it Shakespeare? What do you play?
No, I'm
Are
gonna-
you? Is it the Tempest? Or are you playing?
It's Romeo and Juliet, and I'm going to
Let
be.
me guess. You're not Romeo.
No, I'm the nurse.
Are you Juliet?
Oh my god, I just
No,
had
can I
the
ask you a
weirdest
question?
deja vu right now. That was so
Nobody
weird.
gives a shit.
I have a
Anyway,
question. Yes.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
yes.
As a gay man, I'd like to ask you a question.
I'd like to.
I watched a documentary on David Geffen.
Yes.
And he's a gay man too.
Yes,
but
he is.
He did make an exception for Cher.
Yes.
And would you, as a gay man, make an exception for Cher when she was younger and beautiful?
Why do I get the feeling that the Iron Patriot is actually Cher in a suit?
That is a logical progression of the plastic surgery.
Would you fuck Cher?
No, I mean, I would. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like for a dyke to fuck me in the ass with a strap on.
Oh,
That's always
God.
been one of my bucket list things.
Do we have a bulldyke
You
here?
are
by
a
any
romantic.
Most Jabi, would you fuck me in the ass with a strap on? If I. Okay, cool. She said yes.
Oh, there you go, dude. Doing your own little tangents, huh, Ricky?
Sorry about that.
Ricky Loon, everybody.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Thank you.
He's gay. He's proud. He's funny young rising.
He sneezes on you, and it's also called a bukkake.
Come to the comedy store. And, yeah, he does. He loves fucking sucking dick. That guy. I mean to suck. I mean to go Capital One. You know what I mean?
He swallows balls with his asshole.
He can swallow a banana hole.
What?
What?
What the fuck?
I don't know, I just thought of it now.
I bet you did. Swallow a banana hole? What would even a banana hole be?
Oh, banana hole. Like,
Swallow a
Oh.
banana hole.
I was thinking the same thing. You were like a hole that the bad bananas go into.
I pictured H-O-L-E. What? Oh God.
I want to share my banana with you.
Oh shit. We got this one. I already pulled somebody's name, so let's just keep it bumping. How you doing, Dave? You having fun?
Doing great.
I love it.
It's real. I've enjoyed the people you've had on.
I love
Some of
it.
my
It's fun,
favorites. Ricky Luna, Josh Meyerowitz, two of my favorites.
Yeah, very exciting. Sean Leary. There he is. Talking about Curious George.
Nice share.
Actually, I'm going to do something different now. I'm afraid of a lot of things, but I think my biggest fear is swimming into a shark's mouth. Because when I'm swimming in the ocean, I can't see underwater without goggles on. So what I usually do is I just swim with my eyes closed and just follow my heart. But then, like, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking to myself, boy, I really hope there's not a smart shark around. Because if I was a smart shark and I saw me, I would be like, that guy can't see. So what I'm going to do is, he's swimming this way, he can't see. I'm going to set up shop right here. I'm gonna open my shark mouth, and I'm just going to let him swim inside my mouth. And then I'm going to close my mouth, and I will have eaten him alive. And I don't want that. Thanks.
You know what this sounds like? The first draft of the pitch for Sharknado. They're like, I like that, but is there something more?
That was silly when he said like you were gonna follow your heart and stuff. It was very like
That was the peak of the set, and then
Yeah.
after that was everybody was remembering that part.
yeah.
But overall, fine bit. You know, what do you think, Tony? How would you improve it?
I don't know what it is. I don't know if I've had too much coffee or it's the comedians. I'm just having such a hard time paying attention tonight. There's like shark, and then I missed the punchline, and then there was the new thing, and then I'm just sort of out of it. But I'll tell you this. You have an interesting look. You look like the guy from Ghostbusters 2 that's painting Vigo.
Now,
I can hear you.
That's great. Let me tell you what else I would have him as. Part of the Stuart Thompsons, my new group of clones.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
exactly. I want you to be part of like Stuart and the Stuart Thompsons.
Yeah.
My group of
Stuart
graduate
and the
students.
Thompsons.
Yes, the Stuart and the Thompsons. My group of like graduate students that are going to take over the world, like but smile as they do it.
Oh, it's
See, what
so
do you
funny.
think, Amy? Are
How-
you still here?
Yeah.
How
How old are you, Sean?
I just turned 21.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm only
Good
here for
job.
the summer. I'm actually.
Where do you go to school?
Microphone.
Emerson?
No, Ithaca College in New York.
Oh, my friend went there.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. What are you
That's the-
studying there?
TV radio.
Ithaca is the second best school in Ithaca.
Ithaca is the #1 college that sounds like it's a prison.
That's a
Am I right?
good Chino State. I don't know if that's a school.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
funny. That's a good one. See, you pretend like you're. I don't know. David Taylor's one of the quickest guys I know.
That's so sweet.
For you to say like Chino State like that, like it's nothing. So
Oh,
you
you-
sneak your little quick thoughts in, like you're like a nurse that's like, oh, no pain. There you go. And then people just
Yes,
go.
comedy and
Me, I'm
stand-up.
like, here we go, everybody. It's coming.
How many times have you done stand-up?
I've been doing it like a year now, 2 years.
In upstate New York?
Just
You know-
at
hold on.
school, basically. Yeah.
You know, Regan went to Ithaca.
Wow.
Yeah, and Regan's one of our. We have a friend who's a comedy writer who's outstanding.
One of the
Like,
smartest, funniest
really,
writers.
really smart, very funny.
He just, in fact, got a job working on The Family Guy.
Yes.
Really big deal.
He and I worked in the same show until I was fired, and they said we want 6 of that. So he's that good. Yeah, it's fantastic. So you know what you should try to do is try to contact him under the auspices of some imaginary like alumni program. He's seriously awesome. I would try to sit down with him. Do you want to write for TV?
I'd like to.
What I would do if I were you, I would email him and say, I go to Ithaca. I heard you went to Ithaca. I was wondering if you could sit down and have a coffee.
Okay. What was his name?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Wait, really?
Find it out. It's Chris. It's Chris. It's Chris Regan. Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I'm just trying to all of a sudden put together the pieces that we did say. Like, we didn't have enough to figure it out, but I think we said his name.
Is the rest of your material like silly like that? Is that how all your stuff that you write is just kind of silly? Like
Yeah,
Zach
pretty much.
Galifianakis kind of
Yeah, kind of like that. I don't know. It's like kind of half and half. I don't know. I was really nervous when I came up here.
I don't remember what the bit was about. What bit did you just do?
It was just about how my
Sharks.
biggest fear is swimming into a shark.
Oh, that was you. Okay, yeah.
I know, man. That's what I'm saying. It's fucked up here.
No, here's the important thing.
ADD.
I'm sorry.
fucking
No, don't
chamber.
apologize. Here's the important thing for you to remember. The material is unimportant. All that matters is personality. It's all that matters and how you look. But I didn't look at you when you were performing because I was thinking about, I wonder who won the home run derby. Does anybody know? Well, you're fucking good for nothing. Anyway, that's what I was thinking about. Look, talk to me after, and I will give you Regan's email, maybe.
There you go.
Maybe. You're not going to get weird, are you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's not a good sign.
I don't know if I'd
I'd
give him his email. I think he has enough to
You
work
find
off
it.
of.
Find it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
I'll do the work.
Yeah. But don't mention my name.
Well, how about a big round of applause
Yeah.
for Sean Leary, everybody, on Twitter at Sean Leary Show. By the way, Ricky Luna was at Ricky Luna Lives on Twitter, and Biddick, David Biddick, was at Biddick, B-I-T-T-I-C-K. Just for anybody if you want to tweet at anybody or anything like that. Some fine young talent. Oh, look at this, a female, a lovely lady. Put your hands together for Crystal Oates. Oh, here she is.
Hey. So I'm dating a Jewish guy, and it's going really well. I'm learning a lot about Jewish people. Just found out that rabbis can date. I did not know that, and no, my boyfriend is not a rabbi. But he dated a rabbi, so I learned 2 things. Rabbis can date, and rabbis can be women. He has a horrible reason for breaking up with her, though. He claims she had a very big bush, and it wasn't the 70s. I'm guessing that's a lie. So now, just to fuck with them, whenever my bush gets out of control, I call it my rabbi. Thanks, guys. I'm Crystal.
Crystal Oates at
You know what that sounded like? That sounded like a story from Life in these United States from Reader's Digest.
I don't remember those.
It would be like with little anecdotes, and then there'd be a cartoon next to it, and there would be like a woman with a giant bush with Jewish like headgear on it.
Okay,
That's
that
what I
sounds
think it would
like
be.
exactly the thing I would like to read.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be horrified by that, but maybe
How long have you been doing stand-up,
A
Crystal?
little more than 4 years.
Wow.
That's a
In
newer
LA?
thing, so. Yeah.
Wow. You have such a cool look. Like there's something so Jackie Brown and charismatic about you.
That's cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
How long have you been dating the Jewish guy?
A year almost.
What's wrong with him?
He's awesome.
I'm not hearing that. You guys, what do you guys think about the relationship?
No,
Ricky.
He's awesome.
Ricky, how do you
I
think
mean,
it's
he's
going with her and the
obviously
Jewish
rich.
guy? Good question.
He's rich.
There you go.
Ricky, you're good at assessing out problems with relationships. That's how you have sex with all of your, gay, straight boyfriends. What do you think's going on with her and the rich guy who dated the rabbi?
She's too much for him.
What?
Man,
Too much.
Ricky, you are the best. Like, honestly, that's exactly the problem, isn't it? That is exactly the problem.
Because I follow the rabbi? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I don't get where this is going. This relationship is working.
How much does she talk about his mother?
Good question. How much does he talk about his mother?
Josh.
Not a lot.
Josh knows.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
He doesn't talk about his mom a lot, honestly.
Oh, wait, does he not love his mother? What's wrong with him? Oh, look, he doesn't love her that much. He's dating a black girl.
Ooh.
That's like a great, fuck you to the family. To
No
be like,
way! I'm awesome.
I didn't say you weren't awesome, but let me tell you something. Does anybody know any Jewish parents?
They are crazy. Have you met the parents? I'm sorry, I didn't
Yes,
get
I
it.
have, and they're
How
very
many times?
progressive
Just
people.
once?
We spend a lot of time.
How progressive? I'm sure they have to act progressive in front of you. First of all. They're not gonna,
No,
you know,
only
act
way.
shocked like their son didn't warn them. You know, they're not gonna. Oh my God, she's black.
The only way they're happy with this is if he dumped a Palestinian to date you.
Oh, that's true. I mean, they
So
really
maybe
do.
he like stretched them out and then brought you in there. But other than that, no, they're horrified.
They love me.
Did you meet
I
them
love
at a
them.
haunted house?
Where do they live? Are they LA too? The
Yeah,
parents?
they're LA too.
Wow.
West
So,
Side.
so he just comes from money.
Maybe.
Is he in a Flalo?
Ooh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. What's his last name?
I'm not familiar with that term.
Oh, then you don't know
What is
Jews
he-
in Los Angeles.
What does he do for a living?
He is actually semi-retired. He works in healthcare.
See what I'm talking about?
What?
How old
Where
is
are
this
you
guy?
guys going with this?
Honestly, I think his parents are cool with it because they've been dead for like 20 years.
His parents are alive. His grandparents are even alive. He's 45, and he's awesome.
Oh, you're so funny.
Yeah, Ricky.
The stuff that you have to convince yourself when you're just spending
convincing
some guy's
you
cash.
Yeah.
So funny. It's adorable how women will make it look like he's a great guy. I'd love to see how you felt
I'm
about
here
him
in
if he only had,
baggage.
you know, $3,000.
Stop and think about this, okay?
I wouldn't know how I
He's
felt about
You'd be
45.
out of there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
There's no standing by your man.
Oh no, Tony, he sounds like a dream. He's a 45-year-old guy who talks about his ex-girlfriend's bush. Sign me up. This sounds great.
That is true. Is that part true? Oh,
we were
it's just
drinking,
a
and
joke.
it was a joke he made. So I told you in the joke that he's probably lying about the whole bush.
And she doesn't trust him. There's nothing good about this
I mean,
relationship.
that's like a silly reason to break up with someone.
Oh, wait till
the
you
whole
hear.
relationship is
Honestly,
nothing 'cause you didn't change.
wait till you hear what he gives you.
Do you trust him?
I do.
Oh, that's so
Wow.
sweet. That's really sweet.
Have you ever had a Jewish lawyer before?
I have. Why?
How'd that work out for you?
It worked out wonderfully. We won.
Wow, what was that about?
Car accident.
Next new question.
Car accident.
I
This
love
woman
it.
was on the phone, so.
This girl,
Open it,
Crystal has
shut.
a lot of personality. I'll say this. A lot of personality.
Definitely. A shining, charismatic beam in a dark, dark world.
Good for you.
Thank you so much. That's Big Chris NLA. It's a terribly spelled Twitter handle. You have no marketing behind it whatsoever. Big KRIS, the letter N, LA. Nobody will ever get that right.
You could just be like Red Pizza, and then people would go there
Right.
easier.
People find it.
Yeah.
We got 1 out of 10 people find it. That's good odds.
That's at Big Chris NLA.
I should change it.
Oh, how exciting. We've had him on before, and he's back. Put your hands together for Jerron Horton, everybody. Live and flash.
I hate when my friends die and people say stuff like, it's okay, God needed them for something special. What if that special thing was like a heaven versus hell basketball game? You know, people on earth crying and stuff like, Lord, why'd you take Martin from us? Because he has an amazing jump shot, that's why. Did you have to take Malcolm too? Yeah, he's 6'5". And hell just signed the big 3. They got Hitler, Osama, and that dude from Glee.
You went too far.
Hold on. Heaven's been trying to sign Magic Johnson for years. Let's give him AIDS. That'll kill him. No? Okay. Let's make his son gay. Maybe he'll kill himself.
You know Magic Johnson's gay, right?
Yeah. If
Magic Johnson. But pause here for a second. You know Magic Johnson is gay, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm just putting it out there.
I was talking about his son, but
The Magic is also, but that's a great joke. Back, sorry, let me make that clear.
Well, I just had one more tag where I was like going to be like, Magic Johnson, if you're listening to Kill Tony, heaven needs you. They're getting killed right now. Martin Luther King just got dunked on by Osama because Malcolm X can't play help defense. Stand it right there.
That is a great bit, by the way.
Love
Yeah,
it,
that's
man.
great.
Absolutely. The way you wired in the new dead Glee guy, I mean, I just love
that's
that
perfect.
shit.
Yeah. Can I make a point here? I would suggest maybe possibly one person was just bench depth, or they didn't really need him, but just God is a really, really selfish GM. That's a possibility.
That's the kind of premise that you could stretch that out to be some crazy
Absolutely.
7 to 10 minute long closer. You know what
Well,
I mean?
I was
Heaven and hell and.
I was gonna use it to stretch it to talk about like, because I think I can talk about on this show because like your listeners are kind of fucked up anyway. Like in a good way though, in a good way. Listen,
I bet in a good way after saying that.
No, they love me. They love me at Jerron Horton. They love me. But
This guy knows how to promote the
Oh,
way
yeah,
that
totally.
no, they
doesn't
I've been
know.
on there like 3 times and they send me shit.
Of course, yeah, they're
Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
Chris
Why do you
needs to
think?
learn a
Why do you think
lesson,
Red
yeah.
Band and I are wearing custom-made Toronto Blue
Exactly,
Jays jerseys with our
exactly.
names on the back?
Shit, I want one too. That's mine.
I bet.
But I was gonna stretch it with the Trayvon Martin stuff because, you know how he like they were saying like someone was yelling help on the 911 call. I was gonna be like, you know, and Martin Luther King got dunked on because Trayvon Martin can't play hell defense. And that's a good joke. And I was telling that to somebody earlier, but it's just not. I don't think I could ever get away with that.
I fucking love it, and I totally
You know who else
think
couldn't
you
get
should
away
do
with
that.
anything? Trayvon Martin.
And by the way, you could totally make that so that, you know, after that you say, I never thought I'd be able to get away with saying that, and then you could also slip that in.
No, I'm going to keep that for my own.
No, that's not how it works, Dave.
No, actually, I just came up with this great idea for a bit about a heaven versus hell basketball game. And I think it's going to be great. Like, thank you for helping me with that.
There he goes.
By the way, no, that was like this bit is so good that
Right.
it feels like it's in the wrong room, doesn't it? Like,
Oh, yeah.
it should be.
I can't get on downstairs.
What?
I don't get on downstairs.
Man, welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, this guy won the. Didn't remember we had you in the.
I got second place because I don't eat pussy.
Oh yeah. Well, we had who was it?
What?
It was like, we had some.
What the
girl-
fuck is wrong with you?
We had some.
Wait, you really don't eat pussy?
Well, I have, but it's not like common for me to do so.
You must hate it then.
What does
No,
that
I
mean?
love it.
Is
I
is
get
it
it
common
often.
for you to get laid?
He's
Yeah.
a black guy. Black guys don't
Yeah.
need pussy, guys.
Well, yeah, but he's sort of light-skinned.
Have you tasted a dick? Does it taste better?
No, I mean, I think, I mean, personally, I think that it's like eating pussy is just like a way to get pussy when you can't get pussy. You know, that's the way I
It's like,
see it.
it's like cheating. Nobody cares about your opinion. I totally see what you're saying there. Absolutely. This guy, I'm telling you, how are you not getting on downstairs?
I signed the list, but they don't.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're black. Look,
That is, yeah, that.
no,
yeah,
I'm
that-
serious. Like, you need to tell Tommy. Tommy goes back and forth between hating all black people and hating all black people, but being afraid for his job and giving them lots of spots. So if you can catch him on like the second phase, you're gonna do real good for yourself.
Maybe
I
he's
hope
on
so.
that phase right now.
Is he? Fuck yeah, he's afraid of Trayvon Martin riots in the OR. That's fucking sweet. Tommy's that sort of racist, the sort of racist that doesn't think things through. Man, I thought that bit was great. You know what? I'm probably going to start acknowledging you now.
Thank you, man.
Really
Yeah.
funny, really funny.
There he is.
Yeah.
Jerron Horton. That's Jerron Horton.
Make sure I hashtag it kill Tony.
There you go, Jerron Horton. Everybody, trying to get one last thing. This is exciting. We know this guy. He's one of the worst producers, one of the worst people that help out, but I love him. He's an employee here and a very charismatic rising young talent. Put your hands together for Josh Martin, everybody. Randomly pulled out of a bucket at Josh Martin Comic. Talk about being a proud.
Hold on, did you get the share greatest hits? Because I've heard Believe and If I Could Turn Back Time.
Oh, I have everything for you, man.
No, how do you have share on...
Why don't you share some more of those songs? Hello! It's me!
That's Todd Rundgren.
You got it.
I recently saw a picture of my my nephew. I love this guy. He's the cutest kid. And I feel like I'm just like my sister's ex-husband. I realize. Because I feel like there's no moment prouder as a father than holding your baby up in the air. And you look at those beautiful eyes. Those eyes look back at you. And you realize you made the worst decision of your life. And then you just run. You run as far as you can. that's what I would do. I would just run. And probably buy a
Can I
sandwich
pause
on the
this
way.
here?
Right, yeah, let's stop because I can't think of another thing.
Here's the thing.
I won't be able to pay attention to
This is
this.
a good bit, but I'll say this. When you wipe out like you did in the middle of you hold the baby.
You have to figure out.
I have gum in my mouth. and
Listen,
gum.
just relax, Josh. You have got. I've never been this direct with anybody ever on this show with an immediate game-changing piece of advice. You have got to do whatever it takes to be able to summon noises like that to add into what you do.
Shit, he can't
because
even-
all of a sudden your words don't
Tony-
even fucking matter.
Tony, you're asking for a lot of vocal control from somebody who can't speak regularly.
Yeah. He's the speech impediment comedian.
I'll say this right now, the bit's really good, but man, that fucking wipeout. But I will say this, it did start a little creepy with the, I love my nephew, I feel like my sister's ex-husband. It took me to a weird place, but then you brought it back there with the wanting to run away.
I didn't get it. I just didn't get the sister's ex-husband. It seems like it's a lot of
it's a lot. It's a little bit more information, but I'll say if you can get to that place where you're holding the baby and thinking I want to run, that to me is a good.
Oh, you're relating that to how the dad felt.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he ran away. So.
Did he really?
Yeah.
The way you say ran away is priceless.
Yeah, that's
You know,
Do it again for us.
Wang away.
Wow.
Run, run.
One.
Yeah. Can I say something about Josh Martin?
Yeah.
You notice, even when he's not doing material, even when he's making the sounds that I don't even understand how it comes from a grown-up adult.
Right.
Real presence, like really draws you in with the story.
Definitely,
You know, this
definitely.
guy, yeah, there's an X factor there. It's really,
Well, he's got good timing.
he's got good beats.
His beats are good.
Yeah.
You're definitely an interesting character. That noise thing, though, man. I mean, if you could
I
slip
really
that
don't know
into
what I
shit, but you need to figure out how to do that. That's what I'm saying. There was an amazing moment. I wish I was already listening to this
I know.
podcast so that I
could
could rewind it.
yeah.
And
Because I mean, like that almost made a little pee come out. Like I almost got to that
Totally.
point of where I was having a nervous breakdown of laughter. Like,
I wasn't
I couldn't
sure
even
what everyone
believe it
was
when it
laughing
happened.
about.
Yeah, it was
Still,
that where it was like that sound.
I don't know what it was. It was like a little popcorn.
Having a baby!
With that sudden.
Definite Edith Bunker sound there. I liked it. I liked it.
All right, you got 20 seconds still.
Hold on, Kevin, did you already go up downstairs?
Yeah.
I wanted to see it. Let it go. Are you going up anywhere else?
Not tonight.
Where are you going? I want
this
to
is
see.
not great for
Yeah, it's not good.
podcasting.
What?
All right, you got 20 seconds, Josh, if you want it.
I'm good.
Okay. Josh Martin, guys.
There you go, Josh Martin. Fuck yeah. There he goes.
What I like is how you're like, this guy's the worst producer ever, and Josh is getting up like he recognizes his intro.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, that's me. I got it.
It's unbelievable.
It's Josh. Yeah.
Yeah. Patriot, what'd you think of Josh?
Even though he abuses you, just know that he loves you. That's how I deal with it.
Patriot, can you make that sound?
I need more howling, man. I love the howling. Towards the end of all this stuff, I need more howling. Thank you.
That reminds you of the
I love
dog
it.
video you were in?
How do you make that one noise that's in the middle there? There's one that sounds almost fake.
It's very orgasmic, isn't it?
I guess for you. I bet we can get one more in before having to head to our main event. Is he here? Oh wow! Put your hands together for Trace Stewart.
Thank you. Thank you.
didn't know you
A
were-
legend of the belly room.
Legend comedy store employee, notorious for hooking up with chicks. He says anywhere above, somewhere around the 75 since he's been an employee here. Around 75 chicks he's hooked up with at the comedy store. Who knows? You could be sitting next to one of those ladies right now.
Thank you. It's good to be here. I'm gonna make this quick though, because my bus is coming in 8 minutes. I don't got time to miss it for you guys.
It's only 1 minute, so.
That's good. That's good.
Hold on. Good pause here, guys. This is Matt Goldich, television writer.
Hey, Matt!
And also from TV's Late Show with Craig Ferguson. You did? Okay, here's the deal, guys. Can I suggest a segment here?
Yeah.
Can we have a guest where Matt comes up and gives his feedback about this comic? I think it'd be great. Like
a one-time guest.
one time, come up here. Just one time, come up
I don't
here.
even know what's happening.
Just come up here and tell me what you think about his bits.
Come on up.
Sit down.
Matt Goldich,
Matt Goldich,
everybody in the
everybody.
house.
A real live television writer and comedian. It's nice to see you, man. Yeah.
Matt, Brian,
Me and Matt and Tony all used to work in the same little corridor at wherever the
on a
place is
studio
called.
lot.
Yeah. Studio lot. Well, now we all don't work.
What do I do?
Okay, just sit here, listen to his bit, and then give feedback.
Who's this guy?
Trey Stewart.
How's it going?
Never convicted of sexual assault, Trey
That's
Stewart.
true.
Yeah.
Never. I saw a billboard promoting plastic surgery for dogs. And I think that's the last thing LA needs is even more fake ass bitches running around. See, we got enough. Cute girl got on the bus, and I want to talk about that. She got on the bus and sat right next to me, and I started talking to her. Everything's going good. So I go to get a number, and this is what she said. She looks at me, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't give my number out to guys who ride the bus. You do realize you're on the bus too. That's the only reason I was talking to her, because we were both losing in life." Right? And she was like, "No, well, if a guy wants no, but he's got to have his life together. He's got to have a good car and a lot of money." It's like, if I had my life together, I wouldn't be talking to your broke ass. I think I'm trying to find somebody. Bitches always want to upgrade for free, and I'm tired of it. And that's it. That's the end of it.
Wow. That was more of a statement. Yeah.
Can I say right now, I hear like a young Morgan Freeman in that.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's gonna be a narrator one day.
Okay, television writer and feature comedian Matt Goldich. What did you think about that?
I think you guys nailed it.
By the way, your hair's looking really good. Did you get a trim, or was this a TV cut, wasn't it?
No, post TV.
Oh, so how did it go? I have not seen the set. I hear it went well. How did it go?
Well, first of all, I'm sure he's loving that we're talking
Hold
about
on, hold on.
Totally.
He's learning.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was good. It was fun. I held the microphone too close to my face.
What is that?
This
Well,
was
Held it in
on
front of my mouth.
Conan?
Ferguson.
my favorite TV appearance in that spot is Brody Stevens did a set on that, but did not realize you're supposed to wear a T-shirt underneath, and sweated out of his pits like Albert Brooks in Broadcast News. If you still mention it,
It's only a 4-minute set.
and it was incredible. I don't know how you sweat that much during a set, but yeah, it was really amazing. Now, did it go by quickly? Were you excited? Were you nervous? How old was the material? How'd it go? What did you do?
You want me to answer all 8 questions at once?
all at once. Tell me about it.
Material was very old. It went by very quickly. It was a lot of fun. It went well. I was very happy with it. Did I miss anything?
Ferguson, what was he like?
Very nice.
And then did you tape that in advance, or was that night of the show?
Taped it on a Wednesday, aired on a Friday.
Very nice. And you
Little
get-
behind the scenes.
Friday Night
for
Ferguson, that's fun.
4 of you guys. Where are we?
What? Oh, this is Tony's open mic show.
Oh, okay. Hi, Tony.
Hello, how are you? It's a live podcast, and
Does anybody have any questions for
This is
television
being
writer Matt
recorded?
Goldich? Everybody.
No. Oh, my goodness.
Anybody have a question?
Hold on, you ask away. Yes, Jerron.
How many pages does a writing packet have to be?
Great question.
I mean, it really depends on the show.
You've given
right?
him nothing. That's
Yeah.
not even an answer.
So
Basically,
that is the answer.
You wrote
That
for
is-
the Jeselnik
That's
offensive.
actually the correct
How many pages
answer.
was the
That's
packet
actually
for
the correct answer.
The Jeselnik offense, how many pages was that for?
It's-
Sorry for
It
that.
wasn't so much pages. It was like they wanted, 2 of this idea, 1 of this idea, 1 of that. So, really, the biggest mistake you could make would be to submit something that was not right for that particular show. So you really want to get the actual submission requirements for that show and then do it for that
Packet
show.
to
That's
packet.
the best advice.
This guy knows about diversity, considering he wrote for Anthony Jeselnik and Ellen DeGeneres.
Wow.
That is the spectrum of misogyny to lesbianism.
I write for a lot. I only write for blondes. So
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, who is that? Letterman too, I guess technically counts.
Well,
He's strawberry blonde, I guess.
I guess so.
And with that said, that's at Matt Goldich, everybody. Follow him on Twitter.
Wow, it's an exciting guest.
You got to be an
Wonderful.
exciting second guest. I
Of
knew-
course,
I knew there was a
absolutely. Are you
chair
sticking
in it.
around? You leave or what? What's the story? Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll see you in a
My
bit.
friend Matt Gold. Trey,
Trey, we're done with you. Get out of here.
you did great, man.
Good job, Trey.
Good job, yeah.
Trey will be back soon. He's always here working and doing comedy, but most importantly, just trying to bang chicks. That's all he's into. Trey's one of those guys that can't hide how much he loves women. So if a strange girl walks by him, if we're having this happened a week ago. There was a group of us all hanging out in a circle, and a strange woman who nobody knew that was sort of, alright, cute, I guess, walked by, and he's just in a conversation. He doesn't think anybody's looking, and he just dips right behind her, like with a stocky walk.
You know,
She
I'm
walks into-
picturing like a cartoon dog following a steak.
Oh yeah, totally, exactly. I mean, it was very creepy. I go, what the fuck are you doing? I couldn't help myself but to immediately go, what are you doing? And he like snapped out of it. He's like, he gets so excited that he thinks nobody can see him. All right. Anyway, this is an exciting portion of the show. As people who have followed along know, the legend of Sarah Mostajabi and Kim Congdon, two young, rising female stand-up comedians who started stand-up basically in this room and have been progressively being built week by week in certain ways by whoever me and my friend is of that week. I'm very excited about this because we've decided to lift Sarah's ban, her probation. She's temporarily off probation.
And last week we kind of ran out of time, but they both went up. You guys both did a good job.
Right. Yeah, you guys did 45 seconds each. Like we were running out of time, which is why I've purposefully put a few minutes here towards the end to be able to cover this because it's a part of the show that I always like, and especially tonight I'm really excited about because not only are they both going to get back to their usual full minute of material, but you know there's no competition. It's sort of organically. We're just gonna
Unless they don't show up and they're
right, and then you hear that noise that somebody makes. There you go, the old dying dog at the end. So with that said, and also I'm very excited about this one because David is notoriously honest and aggressive. Aggressive would be an understatement towards women. Sometimes nice, most of the time not so nice.
Like God himself.
He tries to remind them of their father that hated them.
There was a reason for that.
So with no further, what do they say, ado, or something like that, let's start off with the original female of Kill Tony. Put your hands together for Sarah Mostajabi. As she's known on Twitter, the infamous @SarahDresses, an icon since episode 1.
So a couple weeks ago, when we second time on the show, I was told that my last name, Mostajabi, which is a Persian name, was too intense. In my defense, I haven't screamed out jihad since my last orgasm, so it's not really my fault. Although I get it, legend has it that if you say my last name 3 times in the dark, my dad shows up in a Cosby sweater and a white BMW and chokes you to death with a gold chain. Although you think he's wearing a Cosby sweater, he's not. He's just not wearing a shirt. And that hairiness runs in the family, right down to me. I have to shave my body with a sickle. All right, that's enough.
Wow. Okie dokie. Well, you really are hitting those stereotypes pretty hard.
My dad is an engineer. My uncle owns a liquor store, and my dad owns a tobacco. My other uncle owns a tobacco shop. Kind of like a notoriously stereotyped fulfillment in my family.
I mean, even the things that you just said right then give you opportunities for better premises than saying that he's not actually wearing a sweater. It's like you gotta go one deeper. You know what I mean, David? What do you agree
Does
with
anybody
what
know
I'm
who
saying?
won the home run derby? That's a serious question. Nobody has answered that yet. Goldich, do you know? Seems like you would have watched. No Phillies in there.
I caught it a minute in the finals.
Oh, who was in the finals?
I thought that you did pretty good. You could have went into more at the beginning when you said like you say jihad in the bedroom, even though that's probably been in a million times. But you could say like you were blowing that dick up or something like that. You could probably go into that more. You only used 40 seconds of a minute. Could have
I'm making a point here. Like, she seems very comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
Women usually are very comfortable at the beginning because they're used to being stared at, and then they kind of don't get any better because they're just getting constant praise for no reason. But they don't have to improve. Again, Whitney has a television show, so you don't need to focus on improvement. The name Mostajabi is your fucking ticket in entertainment. Never Ellis Island that. There are always going to be fucking opportunities for a brown woman. So if I were you, I wouldn't necessarily hammer the stereotype so hard. I would do the ridiculous thing where people talk about their family and do that fucking stupid accent that none of these parents have ever
I
sounded
don't.
like.
I don't want to fucking. I hate
You
that.
wait, hold on a second. You don't want to do that, but then you just did 45 seconds about screaming jihad with your pussy. Let's not act like.
I've been in this for a fucking month, so I would appreciate some actual advice and less dickholery. That would be cool.
Whoa. That wasn't even Dick Holery. what
No,
you
that
said.
really wasn't. I'm saying choose your
Where are
integrity.
you going? Oh man, you are on double probation watch. You better get back on stage, young lady. Hey, you think this? You think you're? What the fuck? Huh? Yeah, the cat is angry.
I think this
So you really think that I should do like where I make like the Persian dad voice and?
Honestly,
what do you mean, make
okay,
it up?
everybody
Isn't that
was-
what your dad sounds like?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just so many, especially Persian comics. They all do that.
Okay,
And they're not talking about the sweater and the jihad. I mean, you hit every single stereotype. It's unbelievable. So you're saying that
I
one
don't know.
stereotype's bad and one
the
isn't.
only two other Persian comics I've seen that both did that. So that's why I didn't do it.
Did what?
The voice, like the.
Yeah.
So you did the only thing that you saw them do.
I did something I hadn't seen them do, because I haven't.
But you did. But you have seen them all make hairy jokes and shaving jokes. And
Something on fire, by the way.
It does not.
Oh, don't worry. We have our
Jesus.
crack team of the
Yeah.
former general manager's imaginary father working on that. No question, that's great.
Jonas Suspicious.
Oh, is that who won?
Yeah.
Fuck, he had a great first round. Did you watch?
Oh, come on. Anyway, Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
We're talking about a home run derby that's going to be 2 weeks before anybody hears this. So. Sarah, you seem furiously angry. Like what? You're
We
just
just-
like giving us these looks like we're supposed to be blown away by.
Are you
No.
bragging?
No, just the last.
Excuse me, what
whatever.
did you just ask?
The fact that he asked you to do the voice is what offends you this much?
I
Is
don't
that-
want to go into it.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think you have a leg to stand on, so why don't we go into it? What is it that he said that offended you so much? It
Just
was-
our previous interactions and his general disposition toward me, I just don't appreciate it. And so when it just come out of his mouth, it just pissed me off. I'm sorry. I have a fucking vagina. I'm sensitive. Like, what do you want from me? Like,
Anyway, that's not an excuse, by the way.
No, it's not.
I have a vagina.
Look around you. There are plenty of other people with vaginas here, like Ricky Luna.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that guy has had more in his ass than anybody. Honestly, he's honorary woman, and yet he was able to take the criticism and respond. I thought
we didn't
admirable.
criticize. Oh, okay.
Well, why didn't we criticize him? Because he was fucking great. All right, Ricky, great
He
job.
did bring it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, she's a newer comedian. However, you know, I just think it's important to stay open-minded and not get angry. You want to make friends in this business, so
Take it from me.
yeah. There you go. There's Sarah Mostajabi at Sarah Dresses.
Yeah, just don't look Dave in the eye when you see him in the hallway. It's the best way to get
Yeah, and don't try to make up for it like later. It'll just be weird.
Yeah.
He just gets meaner the second time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited because this is the awesome. This is one of my awesome new fun things. Is she replaced Sarah when Sarah missed her spot, and she actually started stand-up comedy on this show. Very cool chick. Put your hands together for Kim Congdon, everybody. Here she
Hi guys. If there's one thing I hate about kids, it's everything. And I think that's because my mom had a home daycare when we were younger. And kids are such smart asses. We had this one little girl. She was a little black girl. She had like her butt belly always poked out like this, and she had the little like outie like little black girls do, and the dried boogers. I was like, Kanasia, it's time for nap time. She was like,
But my daddy said that we could sleep when we die.
the fuck? Like, I don't even know how to get into Kanasia. It's time to take a nap.
You gonna make me take a nap?
I'm like, no, I'm not going to make you take a nap. And with that being said, I don't know what the fuss is about abortion. Everyone's freaking out about it. I'm saying if you get pregnant, give it a try, have the kid. You change your mind in a few years, you can always post-abort in Florida. I hear it's legal there. And that's it.
There you go. Always adorable, always likable, and with a smile, Kim Congdon.
I have nothing to add. That was great. I thought that was really outstanding.
Yeah.
Good voice.
Thank you.
You did a great job. The voice was excellent.
Thank you.
I mean, we could all take a lesson from Kim. Was everybody? Was that? Could we please give another hand
Yeah.
for her? Was she not fucking great?
Very impressive.
It was beyond impressive. It shows you what could be done. You know, outstanding. That's it's so refreshing to see someone with talent on the stage. That was Tony. Thank you for letting me see that. It makes me feel so much better about the last 3 minutes.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. I think the dry booger baby impression. David. If you're not here, there's a standing ovation taking place right now. I don't know if the cameras are picking that up. And high fives are happening.
Thank you so much, Tony.
You're leaving?
Is it at the end of the show?
No, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
There's a problem.
What podcast have you been on where you just
After
one?
seeing that, I feel like everything is going to be a letdown. Okay, that was really good, and I was a little surprised.
What do you mean? We still have to check out with the Patriot. We're going to get some anything you want to plug or anything? Kim, by the way, what is your official Twitter handle?
It's Kimberly Congdon.
Right. Kimberly.
Congdon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And Sarah was Sarah Dresses.
Of course. She's very notoriously followed. It's
I have like 46 followers now. So it's
You know what? You'll get to 47.
I hope
wow,
Somebody
the
else.
David Taylor
I'm not going to do it. But somebody else
oh.
will. Still, I thought it was great.
And how you've been doing spots other places since you started here a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I hosted yesterday. I did a couple of shows yesterday.
At Hooters, right?
Yeah, this is at like my 6th time going up.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
There she goes, Kim Congdon,
All right,
everybody.
cool, thanks.
Awesome. Always a breath of fresh air. She's crushing. Love that. Love that. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody do the dry booger voice. Like you hear it in
I'll
real
say
life.
that
but
voice was really good. Now, was it racist? Probably, but still great. You know, it's kind of like the Zimmerman verdict. Was it racist? Sure, but did I agree every second? Yes, absolutely.
I grew up in a black neighborhood, and a prominently black neighborhood, and
I think the word you're looking for is predominantly.
Yes, of course. I noticed that immediately.
Okay, good.
Trust me, I'm just as much of an obsessive asshole as you are. And I've heard that noise so many times, and I haven't heard it in forever.
I know, that's a great, that voice is really good. By the way, the name, perfect. You know, if that wasn't a real name, I feel like they could put you to work naming black babies.
David, what are you doing? Anything to promote? You're at this David Taylor on Twitter, is that correct?
Yeah.
This David Taylor, spelled exactly like that. This David Taylor, at this David Taylor on Twitter. As always, so much fun to hang out with you. So
Always
much fun to have you be
pleasure.
part of it.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to hear the feedback on this. Iron Patriot. Anything coming up? Anything you want to promote? He's at Comic Patriot on Twitter. Any last words before you knock over your own microphone?
This is the only show I do.
This is the only show you do.
I want to say something about this guy that I learned today. I listened to the Skeptic Tank, Ari Shaffir.
Yeah.
And in the 90s, he owned $1 million of stock. But he left the company 6 months too early, and that's what he went into comedy to do.
No, the company left me. They fired me. Yeah, that wasn't me leaving. That was like the way I left my last job writing on television.
It was hilarious. The whole story was great.
Thank you so
There
much.
you go.
So,
There he is, the Comic Patriot, Iron Patriot. He's at Comic Patriot on Twitter. Again, a shout out to at Dude City Films for hanging out, producing, taping, being a fun friend. Sarah Dresses, Kim Congdon, Josh Martin, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Toronto, again, one more time for an amazing fucking weekend. If you're listening, you saw the jerseys. We wear them with pride and proud. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.